Hi there. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kristin. I'm the Director of Expedition Sales at Silversea, and I'm so thrilled to be able to present to you an exclusive group opportunity to travel down to one of the most incredible places on Earth, Antarctica. And this comes to you powered by Silversea, but curated by Matt Dawson, agency owner of Adventures by Matt, and someone who I consider a fellow explorer as well. Now, before we dive into all of the great information and detail about his exclusive group to Antarctica, I want to talk to you just quickly about the concept of expedition cruising and what that looks like in a destination like Antarctica. Now, expedition cruising tends to be, quite remote in places where larger ships can't get to, or there's no airports or things like that. We specifically go to Antarctica, of course, for the wildlife draw, the beautiful landscapes that Mother Nature has created for us. Now, okay, community and culture, it doesn't work its way into the Antarctic experience. That is something that we enjoy up in the Arctic or in parts of the South Pacific. It is a main element of some of our expedition journeys, just not for Antarctica. But we do make sure that education is woven all throughout the experience, because not only do we want you to see an experience and be off ship, immersed in this incredible destination, but we want you to learn about it as well. Come back with a broader understanding, learn how we can continue to protect it together for millions of years and generations to come, to be able to see this amazing place. Now, Antarctica is a place that is, of course, incredible icescapes, rich, unique wildlife, that really untouched feeling. There's something so incredible about being the only ship at your landing site, and you get the silence all around you. It's such an amazing experience. And it's that opportunity to travel where very few have gone. It's about 0.002% of the world that has actually been down to Antarctica. So it still is that very exclusive experience that few have had the opportunity to enjoy. It's a great opportunity to connect with that spirit of exploration, follow in the footsteps of, Roald Amundsen or Ernest Shackleton, and we weave some of those stories of exploration throughout the experience. But again, as I mentioned, education is a key focus. We do want you to understand, whale migratory patterns down in Antarctica, or the different penguin species that you might encounter and their nesting periods and gestation periods and things like that. But one thing I love to use to describe expedition cruising, especially in a place like Antarctica, is experiencing nature on nature's own terms. Traveling with flexibility and an open mind is what makes it an enjoyable experience for everyone, because it's important to know we will think with safety first, which could mean that our plan A has turned into a plan B or a plan C. It doesn't mean that it's a worse plan. It just means that we are working with the conditions as they arise. It could be weather, could be wildlife opportunities. We are going to offer the best experience on that day at that time that the destination will allow us to. I promise you that. Now, Antarctica with Silversea, we are currently in our 18th season in this amazing destination, and that's an important thing to understand, is why you need to travel with an expedition operator that has this type of experience, because we know when to pivot, how to pivot, why to pivot, where to pivot to make sure A, safety is first and foremost, but B, that we are also giving our guests the best experience in the destination. Now, these are purpose-built ships to be in polar waters. They have the ability to be in first-year sea ice. We are traveling during the Antarctic summer season. And the beauty thing with Silversea, it's a fully inclusive experience. All of your day-to-day off-ship activities are included without sacrificing on any of the on-ship comforts and inclusions as well. And we'll talk a little bit about those in detail. You're also traveling with a company that has industry-leading crew to guest, guide to guest, and zodiac to guest ratios, because we want to keep a intimate, personalized approach to the experience, both on and off ship. And that is done with these industry-leading ratios. And of course, we have an expedition team of experts that are dedicated to delivering the Silversea experience. And they continue to travel and work with us year in, year out, season upon season, because they love their time with the Silversea product and enjoying having our guests in these amazing destinations. Now, our expedition team are the heart and soul of the whole experience. They tend to come from science backgrounds, so they could be marine biologists, ornithologists, which is the study of birds, maybe geologists, maybe someone's a polar historian and just loves to share all of the information about all those famed and failed attempts of exploration down to the South Pole or down to parts of Antarctica. They really are, the masters of their craft, and they're the ones that are going to execute this entire experience. So on ship, they're going to lead you through briefings and recaps of the day and take you through lectures to help you understand what it is that we're seeing and doing every day. They're going to be up on deck during, scenic sailing opportunities with our ship to help guests keep a keen eye out for whales, for different bird species, things like that. And these are great casual moments to take advantage of asking our expedition team any questions you might have. But of course, really, they are stewards for the destination and our experience in it. And they actually follow a lot of guidelines that they share with us to follow for how we can be responsible guests in this amazing destination. Now, one of the things I'm often asked is, how are we getting from ship to shore? And that is via the Zodiac. And this is just a little video to show you how we actually transport our guests from the ship into a Zodiac to shore and vice versa. And we teach you all of these things in a safety briefing at the beginning of your expedition. So before you ever need to board a Zodiac on your own, we do teach you these through videos and other learning opportunities. But I always love sharing this just for a great visual of what it looks like and understanding getting from a ship into a Zodiac. Now, the tourism arm of Antarctica is actually founded through the International Association of Antarctic Tour Operators. They're sort of a founding organization that helps to regulate tourism in this amazing destination, founded in 1991. Now, there has been obviously tourism in Antarctica prior to this, but this is a member organization that we are a part of. And this is all information that we share with our guests on how we can be, proper, responsible citizens when we are traveling in Antarctica. So one of those concepts is don't pack a pest. So we want to make sure that you don't have anything that could fall out of your pockets or fall off of you and be introduced to Antarctica. So we do some biosecurity vacuuming of your outer clothing layer to make sure that you won't introduce anything foreign, any seeds or feathers or anything like that onto the continent. We also do heavy scrubbing of your boots and disinfecting of them as well, so that when you're moving from landing site to landing site, we are not transporting anything from the bottom of your boots from landing site to landing site. All of them get cleaned thoroughly and disinfected in between landings. Now, we always maintain a safe distance from wildlife. We are guests in their home, so we want to be respectful. And just in case you are curious, the safe distance to maintain from penguins is 15 feet away. Now, the penguins don't always know those rules, so they can sometimes break that barrier. It's important that we are just aware of our surroundings. Don't try and get closer than that 15 feet. But if a penguin does happen to come up behind you and catch you by surprise, we just leave them be. They, are curious for a little bit, and then they do eventually waddle off. But we want to make sure that we don't touch them, we don't scare them, we don't put our camera in their face. We are respectful as guests in their home. Now, let's talk about the journey that Matt has curated for you to get down to Antarctica. So this is just a quick itinerary at a glance, which I will go through some of these details with you. But we are looking at the departure on Silver Wind, which you are on the ship as of December 1st, 2027. But you will actually start your journey with us a couple days before. Maybe you might start it early if you're doing any extended pre-cruise activities. But our package with Silversea starts you November 29th in Santiago, Chile. We then transfer you the next day down to Puerto Williams, Chile for a one-night stay there, before then transferring you down to the ship, where you will spend 10 days on board and enjoy all that the Antarctic Peninsula and surrounding region has. And let's go through some of the details of that. So we actually start you in Santiago, Chile. That's the main international gateway that you would be flying into. Now, we include already a one-night pre-cruise hotel in the city at the Ritz-Carlton or the Mandarin Oriental, with daily breakfast included. We like to set the bar high, keep the bar high within that luxury experience. Now, we have a hospitality desk on site at our hotel, and they actually provide you with the next day departure info, your luggage tags, and your boarding passes for the Silversea charter flight. So they'll give you all of the timing for when you need to leave your luggage outside of your hotel room, because we collect it all. We load it on the charter flight for you, and we take it down and deliver it to your next hotel room in Puerto Williams. So all of that journey is taken care of. They'll provide you with your transfer time, the timing for breakfast the next day, so that you have all of your plans ready to go. Now, we wake up in the morning, we enjoy breakfast at the hotel, and then we transfer to our private FBO. So we actually are taking you to a private airstrip where your Silversea planes are waiting for you. So imagine even Silversea livery, our own kind of logo and decor on the interior as well, and a fantastic Chilean meal offering with elevated food and beverage. So following the flight from from Santiago down to Puerto Williams, that's about 3 hours and 45 minutes. We then transfer you in a group transfer, the 2.5 minutes from the Puerto Williams airport to the Cormorant at 55 South. And this is just a quick look at the exclusive charter that we use. We do have usually 3, sometimes 4 planes, depending on the capacity of our ship. So they're nice, small, intimate experiences for our guests, and really gives you that feeling of exclusivity boarding your flight from a private airstrip. Now, once you check into the Cormorant at 55 South, this is an exclusive experience to Silversea. This is a Silversea built hotel, 150 rooms. Half of them face the water view, half of them face kind of the forest mountain view. It is an all-inclusive experience here at the hotel, so food and beverage included, as well as adventure activities. So we will have hiking, we have kayaking, we have bird watching opportunities, just a way to start your adventure the Silversea way. Now, the rooms, again, to maintain that luxury experience, just beautiful, modern comfort and amenities for our guests. All the rooms are the same at the Cormorant, just for ease of just assignment. And then also just beautiful surroundings of the region as well. The Cormorant at 55 South is overlooking the Beagle Channel, just a little offshoot from it. And it really pulls in the elements of the destination, the beautiful, wood tones, the rock and stone fireplaces and fire pits, just really helps bring that kind of lodge, mountain vibe to the region of Southern Patagonia that we are able to start your journey on. Now, after a day of activity and adventure and great meals, we wake up the next day, we transfer you back to the Puerto Williams Airport and embark on smaller aircraft. These fit about 70 guests per plane. And we then fly you the 1.5 hours over the Drake Passage down to a place called King George Island, which is located in the South Shetland Islands. And as you can see, our guests walk off with their gear ready to go. Because you're in the heart of the destination now. Your expedition has begun. And again, we take care of all of the schlepping of the checked luggage. You never have to lift a finger with it. So we will transfer your luggage from the Cormorant Hotel to the flight, from the flight in King George Island onto a Zodiac to then board the ship. You just walk off with your expedition backpack ready to start your adventure. Now, from the runway, we transfer you on a little kind of rickety local bus. There's really not any infrastructure here in South Shetland Islands. And we take you down to the shoreline where your expedition team is waiting for you to provide you with the life jacket and your Zodiac transfers to then board your ship in Antarctica. Now, what happens when we're actually in Antarctica? What are we doing on the day-to-day? So we do what's called landings. We go ashore to, of course, admire, the beautiful landscapes, to meet the local penguin species, maybe seal species, things like that. But you can see in this image, there are flags set up. There's some cones spaced around. And so our expedition team always goes ashore first to kind of get the lay of the land, see what's going on at the landing site, and they set up a safe perimeter for our guests to go out and explore. Now, we also sometimes could be landing at a place that maybe is a little bit more elevated. So you can see that sometimes we do have a bit of a zigzag, switchback experience going up to see a penguin colony that might be located at the top of the cliff. But know that we always have varying levels of activity to make sure that our guests are comfortable, safe, and taken care of throughout their experience. So it could be enjoying a Zodiac cruise, admiring the beautiful ice sculptures and creations. Again, always maintaining that safe distance though, because we know icebergs can shift, they can roll. So we always make sure that we are that safe distance away. And sometimes the landscapes can be quite surprising to our guests. And again, that great opportunity to be water level, Zodiac cruising, and really admire everything around us. Now, we do offer a kayaking program, and this is included with your Silversea Expeditions experience. Now, our only ask for kayaking is you're not doing this for the first time. We aren't teaching kayaking. We are taking our guests on a guided kayak. So even if it's just been, kayaking on, a lake or with friends or things like that, that's more than enough experience. And we do offer it as double kayaking, just as an extra added layer of safety. And we go out with 8 double kayaks, 2 guides that go with the group, and also a safety Zodiac that travels with everyone as well. And then I think a favorite activity for our guests in Antarctica is the opportunity to participate in the polar plunge. And for me, it's just as terrifying as this guy's face makes it look, but it's so exhilarating all at the same time. And we do tether you just in case you freeze up in the water. We have the ability to pull you back in. We love to position the liquid courage with the bar cart just before or after your experience to get your blood flowing a little bit more. And we do also give you the certificate to prove that it happened as well. Now, some of the wildlife we get to see on the Antarctic Peninsula, from the penguin species, we get the 3 smaller brush-tail species, your gentoos, your chin straps, and your adelies as well. We get a variety of seal species like your leopard seals, your Weddell seals, your crab eater, your fur seals, and we get a variety of whale species as well. More commonly, your humpback whales, your minke, your right, your fin whales, and sometimes orca as well. Now, when we talk about seasonality, so this trip is happening in the early December period. So your average temperatures are between 28 and 32 degrees, and we get upwards of 20 hours of daylight. So you can see that there's lots of opportunity to enjoy your surroundings for a very long day. Now, your floating sea ice begins to melt at this period because temperatures are warming up as we get into the center of the summer season. Penguins are in the height of the breeding season. So at this stage, they're probably incubating their eggs, which will then hatch later towards the end of December, early January. So they're in kind of high alert mode, protecting their nests. Now, the whales are beginning to return to this region for feeding, and your fur seals are starting to mate on the peninsula as well. Now, when we talk about packing, we do take care of some of the basics for you. So the gear that we provide on our fly cruise experience in Antarctica includes the Silversea parka. It is a dual layer. So you have an inner thermal layer, an outer wind waterproof layer. You can zip them apart and wear them as a parka, or you can zip them together to be one parka, or zip them apart to be two separate layers. So lots of great options there. We also provide you with a pair of the waterproof pants that you can see there. Those are yours, and the parka is yours as well to take home as a souvenir. We provide you with the expedition boots that you can see in the photo. These are great. They are made for the destination. So perfect for getting these boots all mucky, and a great way to enjoy the destination with our footwear. Now, the backpack, we also give you a Silversea Expedition backpack, a reusable water bottle. Those two items are your keepsake as well. And no matter where we are kayaking, we'll make sure to take care of all of the equipment. So the polar dry suit, the mitts, the boots, we got you covered. Don't worry. Now, when it comes to packing on top of that, now, because we have charter flights that do have weight limits because of their size, our guests can have one checked bag each. It's 50 pounds. But don't worry, there is self-service laundry on board Silverwind. And if you are in one of our higher suite categories, I believe it's medallion and higher, we do include the free laundry service as well. You can also bring a carry-on with you and a personal item, but some extra things that you want to be packing on top of what we are providing. Definitely a warm hat, a net gaiter, and a couple pairs of warm gloves, because you'll find that, you'll use a pair in the morning and then you'll want a fresh, warm, dry pair to use in the afternoon. I recommend bringing a few pairs of thick wool socks that you can be wearing out during each of the outings. And you want to have a thermal base layer of clothing. So think kind of your long underwear, but make it something like merino wool or a polyester blend, something that will wick your sweat and keep you toasty warm as well. Now, as a mid layer, you might want to put a hiking pant on top of that, a fleece zip up like I have on here, before then putting on your parka, your waterproof pants, and your boots. Now, we do recommend you layer for travel days, because when you're flying into a place like Chile, it is going to be warm summer temperatures when you're up in Santiago. It'll cool down a little bit when you get to Puerto Williams, and then cool down quite a bit more when you're in Antarctica. Comfortable shoes for those travel days, and comfortable shoes for when you're on board the ship, because the boots will stay in your closet and only come out when you're doing landings with us. Warmer weather clothing, again, as I mentioned, those summer temperatures up in Santiago. Make sure you bring a bathing suit with you for the polar plunge or for the opportunity to use our jacuzzis and our heated swimming pool. Polarized sunglasses, sunscreen, lip balm that has SPF, and even a sun hat, a baseball cap as well, because the sun does shine hot and bright down there, and it's very easy to get a sunburn, especially on your face if it's not fully covered. If you have a fancy camera, of course, please feel free to bring that with you, and a waterproof bag to make sure it's taken care of. Sometimes our guests will add those little foot and hand warmer gel packets to bring with them. And in case you feel you might need it, seasickness medication is not a bad thing to bring. Some people might use the wristbands or the patches behind their ears. Sometimes it could, be in pill form, a Dramamine or something like that, if you feel you need it. Now, trekking poles, we do give guests the option to use our poles at each of the landings. Now, we don't have enough for everybody to have 2 poles. So if you do feel that for extra stability, you're going to want some poles, I do recommend bringing a pair for yourself. And you can buy inexpensive collapsible ones that fit easily into your luggage. And if you do have a pair of binoculars, it doesn't hurt to bring them along as well. As well, because it is great for whale watching when we are doing some scenic cruising around. Now, let's talk about your home away from home, which is the Silverwind. Now, Silverwind has a maximum capacity of 274 guests with 239 crew, and we have 26 expedition team members paired with 24 Zodiacs to really enjoy your expedition experience in destination. Now, all of our suites On Silverwind are ocean view, most of them with a private veranda. There is only one category that has a big picture window. All of the other categories of suite have a private veranda. You do have a separate sitting room, bedroom, and separate walk-in closet and separate bathroom, all within a very comfortable starting suite size of 275 square feet and going up from there. We do have a great pillow menu as well. Sleep is, such an important aspect of our day-to-day, and we have a variety of options for our guests to work with. Now, of course, plush bathrobes and slippers are are included, offering coffee maker and coffee pods in each suite. You do have a refrigerator with full bar setup stocked to your preferences. Day-to-day Wi-Fi unlimited is included, and an interactive media library on your TV for all kinds of great movies and educational series and things like that. And every suite comes with personalized service with a butler and a suite steward. So I like to say the butler is there to service and help you as the guest, and the suite steward is there to help take care of the physical elements and comfort of your suite. Now, from a culinary perspective, Silverwind has 4 different restaurants. Our main dining takes place at the restaurant, literally called the restaurant, for a la carte breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No reservations or anything required there, and it is open seating. The grill is open for a la carte lunch and dinner. We do recommend maybe making reservations for dinner, although because it is an outdoor dining venue, sometimes people aren't maybe explore enough to enjoy a steak in the snowy Antarctic region. I personally love it as an experience. So that's on offer there. And then La Terrazza, it is a buffet for breakfast and lunch, and then an Italian-themed menu a la carte for dinner. You can make reservations there for dinner as well. And then La Dame is a specialty French restaurant only available as an a la carte dinner experience. It does come with a fee of $60 per person, and you can experience all kinds of like 6-course tasting menus, with caviar service and all this kind of great stuff. So maybe you're celebrating something special and you want to book yourself at La Dame. Now, we also do 24-hour, 7-day-a-week in-suite food and beverage service as well. So me, I personally love waking up in the morning with my eggs Benedict served in my suite while I sit there with my fluffy robe and slippers. That is an option for you to take advantage of as well. Now, all of our briefings and recaps and lectures will all take place in the Explorers Lounge here. It's a huge area that all of our guests can fit in and learn from and experience our expedition team. And there's so many great lounges just all throughout the ship: the observation lounge, the panorama lounge, great places to have a nice coffee or a cocktail and enjoy the incredible views around you, both inside and outside of the ship. Because again, it's so great to constantly have the views and be connected to your destination. And yes, the hot and cozy jacuzzi is a favorite of mine, especially after I've done the polar plunge. It's a great place just to, warm up in after a cold day. Now, just to review those inclusions, your operational pre and post, any hotels that we have there. So in this case, it would be operational pre-hotels, 1 night in Santiago, 1 night at the Cormorant. Those are included. Your charter flights getting from Santiago to Puerto Williams to King George Island, and then from Puerto Williams back to Santiago, those are included. Your in-destination transfers and luggage handling. So starting from the hotel transfer to get to the private terminal, your transfers once we're in Puerto Williams, and vice versa on the way back. Those are all included. All ocean view suites, multiple dining options, in-suite dining and beverages available. We do include right up to your top shelf liquors and things like that. So no nickel and diming happens on Silversea. Butler service available in every suite. We have our onboard gratuities are included, unlimited Wi-Fi, all of your day-to-day off-ship activities are included. All of that expedition gear that I mentioned, that's all included as well. There is tons of value packed into this experience. Now, just a quick recap of the journey. So starting November 29th in Santiago, Chile, with a one-night hotel stay at one of our luxury options. The following day, we transfer you to the private airstrip to then transfer you from Santiago down to the bottom of Chile, bottom of the world in Puerto Williams, where you'll have that inclusive one-night stay at the Cormorant at 55 South. The next day, we then fly you from Puerto Williams down to King George Island, where you will then board Silver Wind for your expedition and enjoy this incredible experience of Antarctica. Now, the journey on the way back, we will be sailing across the Drake Passage for a couple days. So you'll get the best of both worlds. You'll get the fly the Drake experience and the sail the Drake experience. And those 2 sailing days on the back end, those are great for just kind of unwinding from the experience, sharing your photos, sharing your memories, enjoying a few more lectures from our expedition team, and easing back into returning to that life of reality before finishing in Puerto Williams with a charter flight then to get you back to Santiago. Now, I just want to share a quick little video with you of the experience before I finish off with how do you book this? Where do you contact Matt? How do you get this exclusive journey to be part of your future travel? Now, if you're just dying to know the pricing, more information, more details, please reach out to Matt Dawson. He is the owner of Adventures by Matt, fellow explorer and friend. And he can be reached at 407-955-1725 or matt@adventuresbymatt.com. He also has an incredible website set up specifically for this group. So I really hope to see you December of 2027 on board the Silver Wind in what is the most incredible destination on Earth. Thank you so much again for joining us, and safe journeys down to Antarctica. Bye.